Yes.
When I was in the 5th grade, the only girl for me was my best friend. She was smarter than most of the people in our grade, had barrettes that were never the same color 2 days in a row, and had a voice as kind as oxygen. Then one day my cousin asked me if I wanted to hook up with her. I told him no, she's my friend. Then he looked at me with eyes filled with a hand-me-down concoction of disgust and pity and said, "Joseph, man up! You're gonna be a virgin for the rest of your life." I was in the 5th grade. When I decided I'd do anything to become a man. And that was the day I forgot her name. I forgot the name that her father whispered into her mother's belly long before I came along, and I replaced it with some sexualized chew toy my insecurities could sink their teeth into. Tell me, why is it that we have to use a woman for sex before we become men? Like Jesus, I was a carpenter, building my throne of masculinity on the corpses, growing in the girls that had the misfortune of trusting me, and I am you. And we are boys, running up steps 2 and 3 at a time, trying to get to our future a little faster. You see, my father was a pastor who didn't teach me that being a man meant fearing God, but that being a man meant being God, and being God meant fearing nothing. So I began building a fortress in my chest, so I can muffle the sound of my heartbeat, because the only things at risk of getting hurt are things that are alive. So we read parenting books that are how to raise the dead. Telling our sons that this is how you survive, this is how you win the game. They've never given them some head start in adjusting to our society, but what's the use of being well adjusted to something that's broken? We're readying them for a battle, hoping that they don't fall on the swords that we gave them to protect themselves, teaching them that each shed tear pulls them further away from masculinity, forgetting that it was the moment that they cried for the first time, that anyone even knew they were breathing, and they are me. And we are boys, learning the math of our culture, that there's nothing new under the sun. That if you're going to gain anything in this world, it's going to have to be taken from someone with that joy, innocence, safety. Masculinity is getting more and more expensive. And the way that we live our lives will determine what our sons will have to pay. So let's teach them a lesson in poverty. That even when you have nothing, you can have so much to give. Because manhood isn't about dominance, it isn't about gaining power or respect. It's about sacrificing for the people that you love and standing up for the people you've been taught to forget. It's knowing that this world isn't some ladder for us to elevate ourselves, but it's a tapestry we can weave ourselves into. And don't worry, one day we'll learn what it means to be a part of a bigger picture. Until then, we are boys.